Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am your Dungeon Master, DM Disaster. We're going straight into recap. Alan, can you give us recap?
Yes. So we started off last time with getting Daisha um to Vance's house so we can give her some medical attention after we had gotten her from Leo from the trade. She was beaten to all shit, but we went ahead and got her fixed up. Vance was starting to work on her while we were trying to get some more information about Project Pandora. Midas had gotten a message from the same follower who initially gave him some information when we were raiding the facility, and they said, "Oh, they might be able to tell us something." So Midas, Lee, and uh, Wolf, I believe. No, Aether came with us.
And Wolf.
Yes. Okay, so Wolf was there as well. Okay, so Aether, Wolf, Midas, Lee, all went to go check this out. Went to a really fancy part of the city. Went to go find this guy. We got there, found out that it was like a little kid, but also another guy. Uh, Told us a little bit about Pandora and that he had some beef with Leo, and basically to not kill him because if he was gonna kill him, then he was gonna do it. Um, but we were given a little bit of information. Uh, we had to unfortunately leave because it was his bedtime. Fucking cringe. And right before we were about to leave, uh, Foxtrot got a call from I think it was a middleman for Melitech about wanting to get Daisha, saying like, "Hey, we'll give you what was it, 10,000, 20,000 eddies, something like that." And they're like, "We'll get 20,000 eddies, and we'll give her right back." And Foxtrot was like, at first she was like, "No." Then she was like, "Maybe." And then after she got that deal, trying to decide what's going on, she told Vance. Um, Vance was like, "Bro, she's in no condition to go anywhere. Uh, like we still have to do medical attention on her." And then Foxtrot called Midas for some reason, told him about the deal. Uh, Midas was trying to get us all out of there. Hadn't I don't think he told anybody else about what Foxtrot told him just yet. But we were on our way heading back to Vance's apartment to have that conversation.
All right.
I I I think that's everything.
Yep, looking at my notes. Yep, it is currently 10:30, and you have to give her an answer before midnight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Arasaka.
Arasaka. Okay.
All right, so on your way back, Wolf gets on his motorcycle and tells you that he's going to scan the area, make sure that there are no more max tac vehicles scouting. So he trails on ahead. The rest of you step outside of the facility and you head straight into the vehicle and make your way back to Vance's.
Anyway.
All right. So, when you head back inside Vance's place, Vance, you have just finished up removing shrapnel from Foxtrot.
Mm-hmm. And she complained the entire time. Yep.
It hurt.
And your door to enter your facility is closed. You have it auto lock as soon as you step out. So the rest of you, when you pull up, obviously you have no way in.
Does he have a secret knock? Do we have to call him?
Lee will go ahead and ring Vance and let him know that we're outside.
Okay.
How are we looking out here? Anything seem different? Any vehicles? I don't know how.
Weirdo watching the clinic.
Yeah.
Roll me perception, please.
Let's find that again. There it is. Hmm. Don't know why the image is
Alright,
broken. Not bad, not bad.
No. So, looking around, it looks relatively the same. You do see a little more people kind of walking around, but nobody kind of like coasting. They just walk, leave their buildings and head out for the night. So, considering that the night has
Good.
essentially just begun, you would assume there would probably be more people heading out. So you reach out to Vance. Vance, do you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all make your way inside. It takes a couple minutes before Wolf shows up. He parks his motorcycle and then almost like rushes, not runs, but he is power walking to make his way inside. And he's like, excuse me, kind of like pushes past all of you, gets inside. So now you're all in.
How's Dacia still doing? Passed out?
Yes.
Okay. Vance looks at Foxtrot and he's like, go on. I know it hurt pulling out the shrapnel, but it didn't hurt that bad.
Go on, what? What do you want?
Is something going on? Is she doing okay?
She's doing fine. She's, Vance.
Dacia's... She still needs a lot of work. I was able to fix most of the major issues, but she's going to need a lot of time in recovery, and she's currently sleeping. So don't bother.
Well,
Would
she
now
was beaten
be
to shit.
a really good time to
She would be sleepy.
let you know that I didn't actually tell them about the thing yet?
You were
or-
supposed to tell them, so I didn't have to.
Okay, let me...
Tell us what.
It
what,
was...
What the fuck is going on?
Listen... Okay. So, the good news, we're making 10,000 eddies. The bad news, we are... What's it called in, like, basketball when you try to play to another team?
Passing.
Loaning. We're loaning Daesh out to Arasaka for a little bit.
I don't think now's the best time for jokes given the seriousness of the situation. So what's really going on?
Well, he's only partly joking. That is the phone call that Fox got. That they want to speak, supposedly just speak to Dacia. And they want to pay us 10,000 eddies for our time.
Who wants to pay us 10,000 eddies to borrow Dacia?
See, this is the part. This is the part that you're not going to like.
Oh,
and
I'm already not fucking liking it, but I'm gonna need you to
But
fucking
think
explain.
about. You know what?
I-
Think, Lee. I want you to be quiet for 1 second and imagine what would Dacia want.
Shut.
Certainly.
Lee, you remember
No, I'm
this
not
kind of
trying to
brief.
borrow Daisha.
Lee, you remember this as Foxtrot says this. You remember a conversation that you had with Daisha at one point, where the two of you were kind of like down on your luck. You were low on eddies, and she just went up to somebody at a bar and offered herself. You know, it may or may not have been recorded. You're not entirely certain. But
This is a weird random memory.
and when you asked her why would she, sully herself in such a way, she says, "But those eddies, though."
But bet she needed money.
What the fuck?
So, like, me personally, I'm not trying to borrow Daisha. But 10,000 eddies is 10,000 eddies. Now, I think we should try and get more.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can bargain. Stop laughing.
I'm still trying to recover from the fact that the DM herself literally said, "Bro, just sell her. Hurry the fuck up." I'm still recovering.
What you would want.
You still haven't answered my question. Who are we selling Daisha to?
You see, selling is such a strong word.
Answer my fucking question, Fox.
Don't take that tone with me.
I just think that 10,000 eddies split between 6 people, the math doesn't really add up. So, if we could get like 60,000, that would be great.
It's a fucking corp, isn't it?
It's not a corp. It's
fucking
not a corp.
isn't it?
The
Vance.
good part is,
Who the fuck is it? Vance.
Was it Arasaka that actually called him?
No, it was the military branch, which Rocky does not remember the name of.
Militech?
But I wrote military
Militech.
in my notes.
Close enough. Militech. He'll nod to Lee. It's like, yeah, it was Militech. He's just like just smirking at Fox, like trying to beat around the bush.
You can't be fucking serious.
It's not corporate.
Militech is just as fucking corporate as Kang Tao or Arasaka.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Haven't you ever wanted to be a government experiment, Lee? Just a little bit of you. Just the tiniest little bit, babe.
This is entertaining.
Foxtrot,
No.
you have been a great friend. A great friend to me.
I'm the best friend.
However, the bullshit that's coming out of your mouth
Is all for Dacia's feelings.
Lee. Close your eyes for a second. I want you to
don't. We're not. No, we're not fucking doing this. You're all fucking crazy.
No. I want you to imagine
No,
something,
Midas,
okay?
Stop. What the fuck is wrong with everyone?
Look, I'll tell you what's crazier, right? Is Militech has a lot more money and a lot more power than we have. If they want Daisha, they're going to get her one way or the other. The way I see it is if I can go along with them, make sure that she doesn't get fucking tortured, beaten, or anything else, and we get paid for it, it's a win-win. Otherwise, Militech's probably going to take it anyways and probably going to kill us to do so. So this
All
is
I'm
more
saying
damage control.
All I'm saying is we should definitely try and negotiate for a better deal because, like I said, 10,000 between 6 doesn't really add up in the math. Just imagine the shiny new cyber deck you could get if we managed to get the 60,000 deal. You know?
Imagine still being alive,
You know what?
and not having Militech breathing down your ass.
You know what? I am so sorry. I did not think about that. Having to weigh a brand new, spiffy, shiny cyber deck against Dacia's well-being. I am so sorry that I
To
didn't think
be
about that.
fair, they promised she would be returned the same as she is now,
Oh,
which
they
is not
promised.
worse.
Did they pinky promise while they were at it?
No, but they said I could be there with them while they were talking to Dacia to ensure that nothing else happened.
This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy.
It's better than Militech blowing the doors off my fucking clinic in a week to take her anyways and then kill the rest of us. I'm not saying I like this. I'm saying I'm looking at potential options, and this is probably the best option we're going to get.
And to be fair, we already lost the ship. So if we have a chance to not lose Dacia in the process and know exactly where she is, with one of us there, and get money, I think that's the best option.
Who's to say they even hold up their end of the bargain? And that both Vance and Dacia end up dead. Ever thought
No,
about
I just
that?
really want the money.
I thought
And
about
we
it,
get
and if
paid,
it's
and we get a new Vance and a new Dacia. I mean,
wow,
like,
that's
if they
rude.
both died, then we just have like only 5 people to split the Eddies with. It's 10,000 split by 5 is a lot better than split by 6. 7 actually, because we'll have to give Dacia a cut.
If they're willing to go this far, maybe there's willingness to do some kind of contract. Get them held up by that.
Either way, we have till midnight to decide, and I'm guessing after midnight, then everything is off the table. And that includes our safety here. Just a thought.
Lee, I'll tell you this. I'm not looking at this as let's sell Dacia for money. I'm looking at this as let's give Militech what they want so they don't kill the rest of us, and if they just happen to pay us for it, then it's at least a bit better.
I'm definitely looking at this as let's sell Dacia for money.
I'm with Vance.
You know what? I don't even know why I'm arguing it. It seems like the decision has already been made.
Now I'm gonna be guilty, even though this is what she would have wanted.
Are there any other things that we can do to help safeguard her?
I mean, we could do what those idiots did with the tower and just blow up Miltech.
You know what? I have the perfect idea. We jack up Dacia with a bunch of adrenaline, wake her up, and ask her herself what she thinks about the idea.
That's probably not going to be a good idea. She is not in any capacity to be jumped up with adrenaline at the moment. She needs rest, and as much as we can give her before Militech gets here.
At this point, you all hear this weird shuffling sound. And kind of a grunt.
Dacia?
A cough. And you see Dacia practically dragging Like, she's standing up, but she's like dragging one of her legs as she's walking towards you all.
Vance
Hey, 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 hey,
immediately
hey,
walks
hey.
to her with his fingers up, like, back in bed. I did not tell you you could get out.
She's
Like, come on,
she's holding up a gun.
come on. And immediately he's like hurting her back.
She's holding up a gun to you. What was
Okay, it's not the first time somebody's done that.
what was this about? Money.
Miltech wants to borrow you for 10,000 eddies.
Listen, Daisha, all I'm saying is I really need to buy some more ammo for my gun, and I'm kind of broke, and 10,000 eddies is 10,000 eddies.
Ignoring that, what do you want to do?
She coughs again.
And they're not taking you anywhere without me.
Looks at you, Vance. You know for a damn fucking fact that you will not step foot in that building alive. And she pats you on the cheek with the side of the gun. Leans against the wall. I'm only worth 10K.
Daisha.
Before or negotiation station.
Midas, now's not the time.
She just kind of shakes her head slowly. I need you all to negotiate better if you're gonna sell me.
I can't be a part of this decision.
Yeah.
I
Well, Lee, you are.
I can definitely be part of this decision. Does anybody have the phone number for Militech? I will call them up right now.
Yes. And I'll give him the number that I had as I. Well, I'll hold it to me for a second and then look at Daisha. This is up to you, babe. We're not doing this without you wanting it. Just figured you would choose the money.
I would have sold any of you in a heartbeat.
Yep, I know. And that is why I love you. And then I'll give the number to Midas.
Midas
Oh boy.
doesn't wait, he just immediately calls the number with his Oh, I thought this character had an internal agent. No, he just calls with his phone.
And she
Well, external agent.
she's Daisha at this point kind of slowly slides to sit on the floor. She's still holding the gun up, waiting for somebody to come up because she's gonna shoot you. You dial, and you hear a very soft hello.
Hi, this is Militech, right? I'm here to call about a deal that was just made with a companion of mine. You know, it was like an hour ago, maybe. Very sensitive stuff. Is this just like a desk secretary or something?
Call back when you have an answer. And she hangs up.
No. He calls back immediately.
You hear hello.
10,000 eddies is chump change. If we're gonna be making this deal, we want something a bit more substantial. How about like 30?
Roll me persuasion. There's a pause. I'm surprised you asked for so little. Fine. 30. And you hear a knock at the door.
Wait, what do you mean asked for so little? 30 is like...
You hear another knock at the door. Open up.
Hmm.
Vance will just go open the door.
Is
If somebody else is moving.
she still on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know I said 30, but you said that was quite a little, and I'm getting a very, unnerving look from Deja right now, and she has a gun, so... 60?
Sorry, the offer's already expired.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. 30's fine.
But if you would like, you can come with her and we can renegotiate the terms.
Come with her and renegotiate the terms. He sort of like looks between everybody for like a reaction to that.
I feel like you would know Aether's reaction to that.
Lee's not looking at you.
Vance is looking at you with an eyebrow raise.
Okay, so I think 30 is a really good baseline, but I do not mind at all coming with and like renegotiating the terms of the contract. So yeah, 30 is good for now. If we come to a better deal, then we can come to that deal in person and it'll all be fine. We're gonna go and let whoever's knocking at the door so insistently in now. But I'm sure we'll, speak later. You seem nice.
And she doesn't answer, hangs up. Vance, when you open the door, you see two corpo men. Big, burly, you see them with big knucks walk in. One of them looks like the way his shirt is kind of tailored. It looks like it's tailored to be bigger than what his actual form is. And as he passes you, you can see almost like the spine part of a Sandavista on his back. They walk in, they eye every single one of you, and then immediately look at Daisha. And she's just very weakly waving with her good arm. It's me. One of them stands guard, watches, as the other heads over to her and scoops her up in his arms. And he doesn't grab her rough or anything. Like, you see he's actually, like, taking care to pick her up. He exits. The second guy He's looking at all of you, and then he makes eye contact with you, Midas. Follow us.
Sounds good to me. Do you mind if we bring our resident doctor with us? You know, just to make sure everything's all good. I believe that was in the terms to begin with.
It wasn't.
Oh well. Um. Walks up. Both.
As Daisha is being carried out, she kind of very dramatically just toodaloo. And as Midas walks out with the second guy, the door closes behind you all. Or behind them.
I feel like we tossed her from one skillet into another.
Yep.
Shit.
You think we had a choice in any of that? We didn't. They were going to take her either way. At the end of the day, they shouldn't shoot any of us to get there.
There's another knock at the door.
Vance, this is your house. You answer the door.
Yeah, he goes
Real
open the door.
popular today.
Yep.
You open the door and you see a man bound like a pig on the ground.
Um. Okay. Do I recognize him?
No.
He's like, what the fuck? Hey, Lee, help me out.
Lee will walk over and
He's like, I don't fucking know who this is.
does Lee know who this is?
No.
No, but he's gonna need some help dragging him in and unfucking tying whoever this is. Does he have anything over his mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Before we drag him in, and Lee will go ahead and take the gag from his mouth before they bring him inside.
You remove the gag.
Who are you?
He breathes raggedly.
Hey.
Simon. My name is Simon. I'm supposed to be here as collateral. Can you please untie me and bring me inside?
Collateral.
Yes.
Lee starts to drag him inside without untying him.
He's just, as you're dragging, yes, I said collateral to make sure that you know that your friend's coming back. Can you fucking untie me?
Why were you
I
tied up in the
wouldn't
first
untie
place?
him.
I don't plan on it.
I know who this is, though, right?
Yes. Because you looked up the
Because
files.
I. Sorry.
Are you good?
So you
Am
all
I
see
missing
this
something?
man.
You were in sync with that gif.
Sorry, I didn't mean. This is just like cackling to myself. That wasn't in character, but maybe it should be. Oh, what's your name?
Simon.
And is he on the floor? Did they put him on the? Where did they put him?
They just dragged him in. So he's still
He's
on the
like
floor.
on. Yeah, Lee just dragged his ass
Oh,
in. He's
this
just on
is
the floor.
great. Vance, why don't you close the door?
Once Simon was dragged in, yeah, he would have shut the door pretty much automatically, and it would have locked back.
Foxtrot's going to walk over and like stand over top of him. Hmm. You know what? You're a lot prettier in the photos.
And he's looking up at you.
Hmm.
Just look. And he one up, down. Lady, I'm not interested. You're beautiful and all, but
Ooh.
no. Sorry.
No,
Now,
no,
can you
no.
please
You see,
untie me?
I just have a few. Not before I ask a few questions, like what's up your boyfriend's ass?
And his expression immediately goes from like annoyed to just blank. Well, as of 2 months ago, I would say it was me. But apparently not anymore.
Mm. What turns a rocker boy against the corporate world into a corpo? And she'll boop his nose and then move over and sit on one of the like stools.
Alright, and what are the rest of you doing?
Lee, it is. So Lee is just going to. Is he like? You said he's pig-tied, right? Hog-tied.
Yes.
Lee is just going to like have him, because he dragged him in on his stomach. He's just gonna sit right on top of his back. So, what the fuck do they want with Daisha, since you're collateral and all?
He grunts as you sit on him. I wish I knew.
Hmm.
And you do realize, if they end up killing her, that you are not going to see the light of day.
Oh my god. Are you all new to this? Obviously, I'm aware of why I'm here. I said collateral, didn't I?
He's gonna smack him upside the back of the head. Lower your fucking tone.
Wasn't yelling.
Looks up to Vance. What do you want to do with this one? While we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs.
You're better at asking the questions than I am. It's like, I've got to go clean the room that Daisha was just in. So still, there's a lot of fucking blood and things I need to get up off the floor before it dries.
I have questions though. And I'm gonna walk towards Lee. This one was in a lot of background photos for our favorite rocker boy, Leo. Who currently has something that belongs to us. I'm gonna say it belongs to us because it was ours. It was in our possession. So I'm gonna need you to think back collateral. And remember what happened 2 months ago that set you two apart.
There's a long pause. If you all show me a bit of decency, I'll answer whatever I can.
I'll nod towards Aether.
Sure. Lee's the one on him.
Oh.
Hi, I'm here.
I don't know where everyone is.
I exist. I exist. I am right here.
Yeah, but you're mad at me.
Yes. I'm glad that you acknowledged that.
Her head does that thing where it goes like all the way back. It groans.
At least we can sit him up in a chair.
Untie his feet.
Hmm.
Let's at least be good hosts.
I'm not untying shit, but I will sit him up. And he'll get up and he'll drag him over and lift him up to sit into a chair.
Of course, he grunts as he is placed into the chair, but he does breathe a small sigh of relief. Thank you. Now, he looks over to you, Foxtrot, to answer your question. What caused it? Leo wanting to play the hero. Wanting to save everybody. And now he has to pay that price. I mean, that and also the fact that he did blow up NCN.
So that was real. That. Damn.
I am so curious about what exactly makes you so important as collateral and not someone else. If you supposedly don't know anything.
Well, if you were paying attention, my good sir, you would have noticed that your friend here has already deduced that I have some sort of connection to Leo. And given the fact that I stated that I would have been in his ass, it would be very easy to assume that my connection is of the romantic nature.
As of 2 months ago.
As of 2 months ago. Why do you think a rocker boy is going to do all of this? Work with Corpo. Everybody wants to be Johnny Silverhand. They need to have a reason why.
What exactly does Leo want to save everyone from? The fuck is he trying to hop on a high horse for? And what does it have to do with Project Pandora?
I don't know anything about a Project Pandora.
Hmm.
I don't work for Militech. I work for Arasaka. They snatched me while I was
But you
heading
were.
back home.
But you were with Leo, and Leo's been pretty adamant making sure that we were able to get that chip for him. So clearly it was important. And you're saying you have no inkling about whatever he's doing with it? Or what his intentions might have been?
Well, considering that I said I haven't seen him in 2 months, I would assume that my answer is going to be a very resounding no.
If you cared about him, sure you had things tracking something.
I did. His arm.
You have his arm? Oh, yeah, he has no arm. That's right.
Yeah, Aether was like, ting ting.
I made sure that there was a tracking device in it. I'm guessing that after he ended up being recruited by Militech, they would have scanned him for any tracking devices and removed it.
Hmm.
He
Do
went
you
dark
have the
2
last
months
known
ago.
locations of that?
Militech.
Surely there should have been some last few pings before it went dark.
Yeah. At their facility.
Even if those old facilities have probably been abandoned or wiped clean.
If we can get back to my place, I can show you everything. I can't do anything here. And I definitely can't do anything tied up like an animal.
Hmm.
Lee will go ahead and untie him.
You untie him and he grabs at his wrists and thank you.
Now we can get down to using whatever resources you have to figure out what was the last steps you took before everything went dark.
And he gestures towards the door. I don't have a vehicle, so if you wouldn't mind giving me a ride over there.
Looks over to Aether.
I'm not gonna shy away from a ride. Just saying it's not been a great night so far. I think it's a good idea to loosen up our lateral so shortly into the night.
Well, you own the vehicle, so as far as getting it right there, that's up to you.
I'm good for finding out more. Looks over to Foxtrot.
Let's go.
Should probably get Vance.
Lee'll go and get Vance. Is the door to his like mini clinic closed or?
What, where he's at back there? No, since there's no patient back there, it's pretty much open. He's just cleaning and moving stuff around and rearranging and
He'll knock on the
kind of seems.
he'll knock on the door frame to get his attention. Vance,
Yeah.
our collateral might know a little bit about Leo and what he might be doing and where he might be. We're going to try to get some information. You coming with us?
He just kind of sighs, puts the stuff down. He's like, it's not quite clean, but I guess it's better than sitting around with my thumb up my ass. Sure, let's go.
My thoughts exactly. All right, gang's heading out.
Okay. So as you all get into the vehicle, Wolf states that he's going to hang back, considering that you are heading to Militech. And as you all head inside and drive off, we pan over to Midas, who is currently in a very, very nice vehicle with Daisha and 3 other security guards.
You know, I'm thinking if I just take all this 30k for myself, I could get myself a car like this.
Oh, we would absolutely hunt you down and murder you.
And Daisha just, yeah, I mean, I would do that, but there's more of them than you.
Yeah, I'm sure they would understand when I came back.
I mean, if you were coming back with, some more stuff for them, maybe. But if I were them, I would shoot you in the knee.
No, I don't want to be shot in the knee again.
And you see Militech's tower looming in the distance, and it starts to get bigger, brighter. You all park in the front. And when the vehicle parks, the guards exit. You see that there's a wheelchair that has been brought out. And they take Daisha out of the vehicle, set her in the wheelchair, and gesture for you to follow them. You all make your way inside. You head up to the 10th floor, down a hallway. And you can see that you are entering a very big, what looks like, lab. And inside you see the back of a woman. And as the door opens, she turns to look at you. And you see her. She immediately looks at Daisha and smiles. Then looks at you, gives you the typical once-over. You must be Midas.
That I am. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to today?
Ava Sinclair. Please call me Ava.
That I can do.
And she gestures for you to take any seat that is available. You see that it's very much like a school lab. There's just stools kind of around one big table.
Yeah, he'll go and take a seat by the table. No specific stool, he just sits on one.
You see them wheeling Daisha off about halfway down this hallway. You can still have a very clear sight of her. There's a big chair and obviously has a bunch of wires and connections and screens. They lift Daisha, set her on the chair, strap her in, and you see them setting one of those like neural helmets on her head. Ava has a tablet in front of her. She's kind of tapping the screen a bit. You see a bunch of lights kind of turning on behind her near Daisha. And as she's doing that, she speaks to you, Midas. Alright, so you said that you wanted to speak about renegotiating. State your case.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. To me personally, 30,000 eddies is a fantastic deal. For whatever this is. But 30,000 eddies split between seven people. The math doesn't really add up. So what I'm thinking, and hear me out here, I know you're a very professional and busy woman, and I'm not gonna waste your time or your good, Crisis, by giving you a deal that is outrageous. What I'm gonna say is 30k is a very good baseline, and depending on what you get out of this, you can decide whether it's worth more or less.
Continue.
Sorry, can you say that again?
You said continue.
Well, no. That's the meat and potatoes of it, so to say. 30k is a fantastic baseline. If you think what you get out of this experiment or dive into whatever you're doing with Daisha is worth 30k, then by all means, I'll take the original amount. If you think it's worth more, then we can talk about it. You yourself said 30k was a low amount, and you know, I think we can do something here. I think we can really come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
And she finally looks up at you, and you see her smirk. I know what's in her head right now. And I can promise you, it's worth more than you're ever going to imagine. So if you want to walk out of here right now and leave Daisha with us, name your price.
Now hold on. I personally don't have any major attraction to Daisha. Yeah, sure, she's helped me out on a couple of jobs. I've helped her out. It's not like we have a working relationship. We're just work buddies, you know. I'm sure you can understand where I'm coming from with that. But the others would have my head if I didn't leave here without a guarantee that she would be leaving too at some point. I'm not gonna ask for like a written note or anything. I'm just gonna ask for your word that you were being truthful when you said she'd be walking out of here just as she came in. Well, wheeling out. She's got a bum leg right now, as you can see.
We're more than willing to take care of any of her medical necessities. And she looks back over her shoulder at Daisha. Isn't that right, sweetie? And you see Daisha look at you, Midas, and then she looks back at the woman. Yeah. And she turns back to you, the woman, Ava. Looks back to you, Midas. This isn't the first time that Daisha's been here. I hope you know that. We're just doing you the courtesy of giving you all an option of letting her go.
I'm going to be honest, Ava. That isn't for me to know or to care about. This is Daisha's business. I'm only here because I was invited. And as much as I enjoyed the car ride here and I enjoyed this lab, it's not really my kind of wheelhouse. Of course, meeting you was a highlight of my day. I have to be honest.
100,000.
100,000.
Sorry. Something stuck in my throat.
And she turns her attention back to the tablet. A few more taps, and you can see Daisha has this almost like slightly pained expression on her face. And then Ava looks back at you. Well?
Now, I don't want to push my luck here, because a agreement that sits just between what we both would be willing to take would be amicable, and of course, having an amicable relationship with Militech could leads to more opportunities for the both of us in the future. Would you be willing, at a baseline, I know I've been using the word baseline a lot ever since 10k, would you be willing to settle at a baseline of 70,000? I'm sure everybody back at the dingy clinic would be more than happy to be taking 10k ahead.
Roll me a perception check. A human perception. You state your request for 70k. And you can see the corner of her lip lift up just ever so slightly into a smirk. Oh, you're really pulling my arm here. suppose we can spare 70 for her.
No, you have to understand. And I can tell by the smirk on your lips that you still think I'm selling Dacia short here. But 70,000, 10,000 per head, that's a lot of money on the streets of Night City. It might be chump change to a corporate like you or your employees, especially someone with such a high station. But to somebody like me or somebody like my friends back at the clinic, 10,000 is... it's good money.
At this point, she...
If I wanted to disrespect you, or try and take advantage of your good nature here, I would have asked for 700,000. But I'm a good guy, and I wouldn't do that to you, you know? 70's fine.
At this point, she
Maybe an extra
makes her
1,000
way...
so I can go and buy some, like, kibble on the way back.
She makes her way towards you and sets the tablet onto the desk. She moves to sit on the desk and crosses her legs. And the leg that's crossed, it's crossed towards you. And she takes that same leg and kind of runs it along your arm. You stay here tonight. I'll add an extra 10K to that.
How could I say no to that?
What about Foxtrot?
What about Foxtrot?
You betrayed her.
Fine. It's fine. Be good to my child. You better give him 10K.
And she nods, kind of leans in and ruffles your hair a bit. Good boy. And then she taps something else. You see very briefly, because the tablet is right next to you, the word Pandora. But it goes away quickly. She taps. And then you see, like your agent, or you hear your agent ping with the 770K.
Looks like we've reached an accord.
So at this point, she hops off of the counter, makes her way over to Dacia. As she does, she calls out to you. You're free to head over into my room if you wish, wash up. I'll be there in a couple of hours. Just entertain yourself.
Sure thing, if you need any help over here, you have my number. And he'll step up and make his way to the aforementioned room to wash up, as I'm fairly sure that he is still coated in, well, not coated, but little specks of other people's blood on him.
Oh yeah. So shifting back over to the other group. You follow Simon's directions. You end up at a very swanky looking apartment complex.
Midas will, in fact, send Foxtrot a text. Literally just 70k, getting an extra 10k for staying here for the night. Wingy face. He sends another text, like, literally a second after, "You're still my favorite, please don't be mad." And then a third, 10k is 10k. I'll buy you something nice.
Angry face. Dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign emoji. Thumbs up.
I assume Foxtrot has called Shotgun again.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't call shotgun, she just walks over
Claims
to the
it.
front and then sits down.
That's fair.
Then leans out the window a lot and it's just like, come on, let's go.
Simon
Before.
gestures up.
Mhm.
That's the building right there. No, before any of you think I'm not leading you into a trap. Obviously, I have nothing. Arasaka doesn't really provide us with that kind of accommodation.
Telling me.
And he heads upstairs, or into the building, kind of gesturing for you all to follow the guards, if you will, that are standing outside. They obviously do look at Simon as he walks in with this entourage of, well, obviously not corpo people. You head into the elevator, takes you up to the 22nd floor, opens up, and you can see that it immediately opens up into a loft. Inside, he gestures to a desk that is overlooking basically the view of Night City. It's right there on the computer. You're free to check.
Cozy.
We will go ahead and just to make it secure, he'll go ahead and jack the cyber deck into it.
Mm-hmm.
And he will go through and try to search for any information pertaining to Leo.
Yeah, so you link up to his PC and start going through anything that's referencing Leo. And you see that there are a couple of news reports about this group of individuals who blew up NCN, the AV
What?
that crashed. There is an incident with a JZK, and she is. You see that she's mentioned these people by name, but she's in a news article crying, saying that they stole from her. So there's just a bunch of typical news things. Then you see old stuff, things, like files from his concerts, things dating back to a couple of years ago, before he even became the person that he is today. And then you see a file that's essentially a tracking one, and it shows the coordinates of where he's at, you see that the last ping was near the old Arasaka Tower. And then it shows Militech. And then it goes dark.
Okay. Not sure how much we can get out of old rubble. But no, it's not. Do you know anybody else he used to run with? Anyone that's not eating out of Militech's hands right now?
Probably the people that he blew up that news station with.
You got any names?
Probably in there somewhere. I can't recall. I know one of them cried a lot, and the other one was a big guy. Drove a small, really, really small car.
He's gonna try to search up any names that would have popped up more than once in association with Leo.
So going through
Out of character.
Mhm.
Out of character. Didn't we already get the couple names?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did. We did get
from the kid. We got Punch and we met Abe.
Abe, Punch, and I think Zahad was on my list.
Yes. So going through, getting the information from the kid, or from Fragman, you do basically corroborate it with what Simon has, and you do see Punch, Jusevich, Abe Steele, and Zahad.
Is there anything on their coordinates or at the last place they've been seen?
Nothing on them. He hasn't been tracking them.
Well, I need to track these three down if we're gonna get any more answers. Doesn't look like there's anything left here that we can follow.
And that was all.
People tell him just about all the information that he did dug up before he tried looking into the location.
So we have the last location as Miltech. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. And before that, the Arasaka Tower.
And how long ago was that location logged?
Was this also 2 months ago, or was this a little bit before that?
2 months ago.
Exactly 2 months ago.
Isn't it weird having visited both of those? Or was it for him looking over at Fancy Pants?
Fancy Pants? So what are we doing with this one? I'm still trying to figure that out. So we have, and she gestures to Simon. This one, who is close to the one that stole our chip, because it was our chip at that point. We don't know where they are. We don't know who he's working with at the moment. Then we have Miltek, who has Daisha. I'm a little lost here, guys.
We're following a paper trail. Next possible thing we could do is try to hunt down these three people. Punch, Abe, and Zahad. As far as we know, besides this one here, they're the last people to have in contact with that we have definite names on.
Well, did you meet Abe?
Did we? I don't. Yes, we did.
He was
Yeah.
the one with the kids.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry, my
Not
phone's
sure
on
if we wanted to
loud.
say that.
Turned down.
Not sure if we wanted to admit that out loud, but yeah.
Abe didn't tell us much, at least as far as what the hell's going on with Leo now, but there's still Punch and Zahad.
So how do we find either of those?
Was there anything?
Were they
Go ahead.
oh, good. Were they equally to blame for NCN? From what we've gathered, or just Leo's name splattered?
I don't know, bro. Maybe one of them was more to blame than the others.
Yeah, and it wasn't friggin' Leo. We thought of that.
It's essentially Leo and company, because Leo is the
Bullshit,
big
man.
name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Leo and his associates kind of thing, and then they would mention your names.
Yeah.
Did the information say anything about like what their specialties were or what they generally did? Because we know Leo was a rocket boy for sure.
You see that Abe was mentioned as having worked for Danger Gal. There's not much information about him. And Zahad and Punch, there's no information on either of them.
One can assume they've gone quiet to avoid attention if they're not part of whatever Leo's been up to. Not sure if any of my contacts would be able to search out or anything.
I could take an ice bath, see if I can dig up anything.
I mean, I feel like a guy named Punch would be easy to find,
Sounds loud.
especially if he's driving a tiny car. Eyebrow raise.
Just going to advocate for him. He had to have found a different car at some point.
You know, you would have had a different car if you had run the Hods off the fucking road.
Or if I'd successfully hacked that car, the van. Or jacked the van. Anyway. Don't know much about either of them other than their names, apparently, so. Imagine we can do some kind of search.
Without particularly looking in her direction, Lee's gonna speak out to Foxtrot. You're a fixer. If either of them are solos, and you'll be able to find some information or get some contact on them.
She looks up from furiously texting Midas. Huh?
Do what fixers do best and see if any of them have any contact information, if either of them are solos.
I doubt it. They both seem like idiots. And then I'm gonna sit down, move Lee, because he's still at the computer, right?
Yeah.
And kind of kick him out of the way to start do my own searching, internet searching, I guess.
What are you trying to do exactly?
Who am I looking for?
Punch and Zahad.
Mm,
And I was more so asking if you could probably use your contacts to see if anybody's known
Oh,
to had them out or anything like that.
I could try that. It didn't
You know
go so well.
what fixers do.
Guys, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Do I look like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
No. Alright. I'll make some calls.
All right. So, as you make some calls, we shift back over towards Midas. Midas, you are in the other room, obviously getting a flurry of angry text messages from Foxtrot. Then you hear out in the main area kind of like a pained, not painful scream, but just like a groaning cry. But aside from that, the room is relatively quiet. And you know, like, where you're, like, out, or where the sound came from is essentially where Daisha is.
On the one hand, that doesn't sound great, but on the other hand, 80,000 eddies.
Get that bread, that head. Peace out.
I think Midas is just gonna be like, in the back of his mind, yeah, no, they say she's been here before. This is probably fine. They're doing brain stuff. Brain stuff can be uncomfortable. Just gonna let it ride and take a look around the room.
Alright, so you're just taking a look around the room, or are you gonna actually, like, investigate the room?
Just like a look around. And then if he notices anything that might be worth investigating, he might take a closer look, but there's probably going to be like cameras and everything in here.
Okay, roll me a... Roll me a perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you kind of do like a quick initial sweep with your eyes. Aside from a very obvious camera pointed at the bed, you don't see anything else.
For later.
He just sort of like stares at the camera looking towards the bed and runs a hand down his face like, oh god.
Hey, this is gonna bump up your streaming ratings a lot.
double check that age security.
Is there like a computer or a TV or anything in the room?
You do see a laptop, yes.
Um. He'll go up to the laptop and like lift the lid, see if it's locked.
What was that?
He's gonna go up to the laptop and lift the lid, see if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked.
Is there a password?
No.
Does Ava have Elf Online?
What was that?
Does Ava have any games on the laptop?
You do see a game on there. You see Elf Online.
Great, yeah, he's just gonna chill, play some Elf Online on her account.
She's gonna kill you.
No, he'll log in, just like
You gotta do your dailies.
check her gear, check her level, all of that.
Yeah, so going in, checking, you see just standard game stuff. You see, you know, she has her gear, swords, guns, armor, things like that. And you see that she has racked in like a good amount of hours. She's looking at probably like level 86. So she's like an avid gamer.
In-game content.
As you're looking at the game, you see a message pop up in the bottom right corner.
Mm.
Is it the kind of message that is going to register as being read if it's opened? Or is it just like a pop-up?
It's like a pop up.
He'll give it a glance.
So you open it and you see Victor Kane as the sender. How long until the extraction is complete?
You know, Midas in literally Militech Tower is feeling quite honest. He's gonna take out his phone and call Ava.
You're calling Ava?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said Aether for a second. Yeah.
no.
It takes a minute, but she does answer.
Hey, so first off, I want to apologize. I went on your laptop just to see if you had any games. I was checking out your Elf Online account. Cool stuff, by the way. I haven't moved any of your gear or anything, but someone in here is asking how long until extraction. Should I just tell them, like, soon, or what? Also, do you have any dailies you need done while I'm here?
There's a pause. And then you hear, if you fucking touch my game, And then the phone hangs up, and you hear her heels clicking on the floor.
Step.
She's stepping towards the room.
Click, 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 click.
Get off my couch.
They're already a couple.
She
He
opens.
instinctively raises his hands.
She opens the door.
Please open up.
Listen, all I did was log in. I haven't touched your inventory. I haven't said anything to anybody. I've not even moved your character.
This is the worst trouble we've ever been in playing this game.
Like, I was just gonna log you out and then log myself in and do like a raid while I was waiting, and the message came up, and I thought I'd, just be nice and let you know about it rather than answering it myself.
She steps up towards you, spins the chair so you're facing her, and she gets right in your face.
RIP, bro.
Wait, let her cook.
Go sit on the bed. And then she wheels, like pushes the chair so it wheels towards the bed. You see
Being
that
sent to the naughty corner.
she grabs the computer and kind of like almost embarrassed that you have found her secret little game, if you will. She starts to type a response. And she stands up, pushes her hair back. You can use anything but the computer.
Okay. But like, I do have to ask because I'm looking for a raid party for the new event that just came up, and you seem pretty high level, so do you want to like link up?
Whatever, fine, just. And she writes down on a piece of paper, sets it on the desk next to the laptop. That's my tag. Just another day.
Yeah,
And
no, I mean, I'm not gonna ask you to step away from whatever you're doing right now and like run a whole raid. It'll take like 2 hours.
And she goes to step out of the room. You see that she wants to say something. She doesn't. And then she closes the door and makes her way back over to Daisha. When she steps out, you hear another ping from her computer.
No, he knows better now.
Just a little
He just sort of walks over to the computer and gently closes the lid. No, he doesn't. He's not gonna touch it. He's gonna completely ignore it. And just sit on the bed and play like a fucking Peggle on his phone or something.
So, for you, Midas, a couple of hours pass. You see, eventually, as Ava makes her way into the room, she is frazzled, so to speak. More or less just annoyed. You see that there's like sweat on her brow. She has a little bit of blood on her lab coat. She gives you a look, heads off into the bathroom, takes a shower, comes back out,
Hey, so you got another message while you were away, but I didn't actually answer it. I just heard the ping.
How good are you at multimedia?
How good am I at what, sorry?
Multimedia.
Yeah. No, mine... I mean... Well, it depends on what you need, really.
We're looking for somebody who can access the masses. Somebody who has a presence.
Well... Let's talk business, shall we?
And she sits on the bed, reaches underneath her pillow and pulls out another tablet. She starts to scroll through some things. I know you and your friends aren't stupid, despite your appearances. We're doing a raid, an actual raid. On Arasaka.
Oh, come on, you can't kick them when they're down like that, can you?
I can, and I will. They have some information that we need. That said, we need a distraction.
What
Do you
kind of
know-
information are you looking for?
You don't need to worry about the information. I need a distraction, and that's where you come in. Do you know any net runners?
One or two.
Who's your main fixer?
That's a very good question. Right now, I'd say Foxtrot. She's running with us.
Alright. Well, if you can get your little crew together. Maybe one of you can she takes a breath as if she's trying really hard to say the words. I need you to hack into the remainder of Arasaka's facility. I need you to plant a bug in there. But I need the rest of you to cause a distraction.
By the remainder, you don't happen to mean the tower, do you?
Whatever's left. There's shit underground. Things that Silverhand didn't destroy. And we need it.
I can bring it up with them. I mean, I'm not going to promise anything. But I can definitely put the idea in their mind. No, I will admit they might be a little bit preoccupied right now. But I'm sure I'll be able to take their mind off of it.
Doesn't need to be done now. I still need to finish with Daisha. She'll be going with you. Your netrunner's going to have to extract the information from her. It's the only way we're going to be able to get it in without anybody noticing.
So, you need our netrunner to extract information from Daisha and then plug it into whatever's left of Arasaka Tower.
Bingo.
Sounds doable.
And that's where your fixer comes in. You're going to need bodies. A lot of them. Once they find out that someone is going into their systems. You're all probably going to get lit up like the 4th of July.
And that's why you need someone to, what?
Take the
Put
fall.
the word out? Take the fall.
I know that you edge runners would do anything for Eddies.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds quite fun.
And she nods. Your media skills. We're going to need that. We're going to need you to generate views, to bring people in. Leo Vega is going to be playing at this little event that you're going to host.
Oh, that might be an issue.
And why is that?
Because the last time me and Leo Vega met, he was riding around in the back of a Max Tech truck, and he took something very dear to me. We aren't exactly on speaking terms.
And what
He
is
also-
it that is dear to you?
Well, first off, he took something dear to you as well. He, roughed up Daisha. Like that. Almost flatlined your cash cow, so to speak. And what he took from me was a chip containing information on something you're no doubt aware of, Project Pandora. Like you said, we might look stupid, we're not. I saw the name flash up on your tablet. It's been flashing up all over the city recently. I'm telling you, Leo Vega's a bad actor. Especially if he's not on your payroll.
He doesn't need to be on our payroll when you're holding the collateral. And she uses the tablet again and shows a picture of Simon to you.
Oh. Yeah. The guy mentioned that Leo had a boyfriend, so showed us a few pictures. As long as that makes... Oh, well, as long as he behaves, then I don't mind inviting him to our little soiree.
You make sure he behaves. You put on this little show. Your fixer gets some bodies. Your netrunner does what needs to be done. We'll make sure that none of you are mentioned in any of this. And you'll walk out, perhaps 100K each, richer.
Hmm?
New deal. 100k richer, and you carry me through the new content. He flashes like a faint little grin.
Roll me persuasion with a +2 mod. Bruh.
Damn.
Damn.
And she agrees. Fine.
He lifts a hand, offers it to her. Then we have a deal. Pleasure doing business with you.
And she takes your hand, and instead of shaking it, she just pushes you down on the bed. And she's like, "The pleasure's all mine."
About
So jumping
Time
back,
to make a fire. Yeah, time to make 10 caddies.
jumping back over to the others. Foxtrot, you have reached out to some people for what exactly?
I'm trying to get a vibe check on Punch and see if I can locate the big man in the tiny car.
Okay, so
Looks
you
like a no speed up piece of shit.
you make some calls, and a bunch of your fixer associates, like, oh yeah, I've heard of him. I've done some work with him. Let me ask around. It takes probably a good 30 minutes before you get a phone call. You see that they're saying that he is currently in South Night City.
The danger zone?
Yes. You get a picture. You see he is eating a burger right in front of McDonald's.
I built him better than that.
It would have been a Taco Bell.
And you see there is another man beside him. He is darker skinned, has his hair pulled up, has an undercut. And you see that person's just kind of like, you see he's in the middle of like eating a french fry.
Two birds, one stone. I'll show the photo to Simon to make sure that this is Zahad and Punch.
And he looks at the picture and then points to Punch. Yeah, I know the big guy. That other guy I'm not familiar with.
Well, boys, looks like we're taking a trip to South Night City. Who's ready for some fun?
Yay.
Come on, it won't be that bad.
We're living different nights. And what shall we do about Simon?
Obviously, he's coming with us.
As you
Can't
say
you-
that, Simon says it like, obviously I'm going with you.
Do you have much rapport with this Punch?
I flew him in a helicopter once.
You can fly a helicopter.
I can do a lot of things.
We need to find a helicopter eventually. Just putting that out there.
I would say that we can fly in an AV, but kind of don't have access to that right now.
So, I'm sorry, collateral. What is it? What is in this for you?
Well, aside from not being flatlined, hopefully, I get to take Leo out of whatever fucking mess he's in.
Oh, yeah.
Tall
He's
order.
yeah. He's currently under death threat from our baby boy. Just to warn you.
He'll probably get over it.
How long have you known Midas?
Too long.
Exactly. Check my phone again and send him another text. What are you doing? Question mark, exclamation point.
Left unread.
I'm trying really hard to think of a pun right now.
Sticking it to the man.
Oh my
He's got-
god. Literally. Stop.
He's got some important business in his lap right now.
He responds back aggressive negotiations. When he does that.
He's getting to the bottom of it.
Really got his hands full with this one.
Oh my god.
Ava replies back, he's a little bit tied up right now.
It's not like he's got sitting there with his thumb up his ass. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Is this what you wanted? Is this where we thought this was going? Because it's here now.
Yeah, so you're all heading out to South Night City tonight.
Before we go, Leah's gonna ask Simon if he's got like where the bathroom is and if he's got a medicine cabinet.
Oh yeah, he gestures of where the bathroom is.
Yeah, he's gonna go and he's gonna pump himself up for whatever air hypos are in there. Because I've been sitting on 26 health for the past 4 sessions.
All right. So as you're all getting ready to head out with Simon in tow, that is where we're going to end session.
Ah.
All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. You can catch us next Sunday for the continuation of Neon Demons, and you can catch us in 2 weeks for the continuation of Ace Held On the Beginning on Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.